I think it's completely unjustified. Most people come here wanting to be good citizens, to provide better for themselves and their family. Um, and I do understand that sometimes it can be very frustrating to be speaking to someone and they don't not understanding it. But it's something that we have to learn. It's just to be a little bit more patient with them, because I can assure you that they're trying their hardest to learn and to fit in.
Um, it's bullshit, absolutely. Excuse my swearing, but I think the majority of people that have these opinions are just afraid and look for their own confirmation bias in their head, and then obviously project it on the outside. So I think it's not necessarily something that comes out of their own choice, but out of their own fears. And that is something that we need to work on.
I don't think, maybe politically, um, there's a lot of people coming into this country now that don't have a say in the politics as much as UK citizens. So it creates a weird gap where most immigrants' voices are not heard, and I do think that is a very big political issue. Socially, I would say that that is the biggest fat no I could possibly give. Immigration helps, it builds a culture. It helps socially so much. With a bigger spread of people, with a bigger immigrant population, you have more culture being shared. You have new things being discovered. Um, and that's how we as human society evolve, you know. um, we just get the best out of every culture, and to me that sounds great. um, Economically, I would say illegal immigration, and of course legal immigration as well, benefits this country so much economically, because you have these people who are desperate for better lives, that they will work at the worst possible places, the worst possible jobs at the end of the barrel stuff, so that they can, you know, pay their rents, buy food for their families. And there is, and I know this for a fact, there is not enough Brits out there willing to do those jobs that immigrants do.
Do you think the amount of immigrants in the UK is becoming a problem socially, economically, or politically? No. Racism is. And I think we need to do better and find solutions on all ends that make it easier for people to stay so they don't have to go down the illegal route. We need to protect people and bring up more safe space so that people feel actually welcome. Um, because if we include different cultures, it's only a better looking future, in my opinion, because learning from different cultures has always been something that then extends the cultural impact in a society.
As I mentioned, to me it seems that London's culture is the fact that it's multicultural and that it is a city at least partly made by immigrants. So I definitely wouldn't say that I would see it becoming a problem. Um, you also have, obviously questions of people just immigrating here illegally, which uh, which could definitely have a lot of social and economical problems. Uh, However, I'm probably not the best person to give an answer for that. From my point of view, I don't really see it becoming a problem. I am more so interested in how Brexit and the fact that um, they sort of built this, I guess you could probably call it kind of a wall that makes it more difficult for people to actually come and live here. That could pose potentially more issues than having let's say open doors. On the other hand, I also having sort of witnessed the uh, the immigration crisis of people coming from, you know, especially from Africa and from Syria and from countries like that to Europe on a mass scale. Um, I would say that uncontrolled immigration can definitely pose a lot of issues, because any sort of immigration requires the people who are migrating to sort of accept and integrate into the society, but at the same time it also needs that the people living in that society and forming that society need to be willing to open their arms and just accept these people, which doesn't always quite work out. So I would say that in a controlled way, immigration can be a very very beneficial thing, and the fact that Brexit makes it a lot more difficult now is I would say a bigger problem than having a lot of people immigrate here. But at the same time, um, you can't expect it to be a very good experience if it's happening on a massive scale. So yeah,